Palace explosive video.
Back to the VHS videos today, and the focus is on Palace Explosive Video, which is my favourite label of the 1980s all horror and exploitation films. I've actually shown you these in a channel that I used to run prior, and I had to shut it down, so if you read the comment section down the bottom I'll explain why I had to close that channel down. It wasn't to antagonise anyone, it was because there was a few problems with a certain company. Which you can read about. But again, fitting just to start with my favourite cover of the lot. Just to point out, I'm going to actually break this video up into two, so you'll get the second video in the next few days or a week or something like that. The Slayer is my favourite release. I cannot get enough of this gruesome little cover that they released there. It's an uncut print too. That's where I get the trailers from, these old videos. And yeah, only fitting to start off with my favourite release of the lot there. Well, as you can see, I have come across a few of these over the years, so I've got 3 copies of it.
I spit on your grave.
So moving on now to I Spit on Your Grave. I actually stole this video. Well, I didn't steal it. What I did was I rented it from the video store, and because I wanted a copy of the old Palace release, I rang the video store like a few days later and I said, oh look, I've lost the tape, I can't find it. So they charged me $12 for a lost tape, and I didn't mind. It's not an original box or anything, it's just a generic case, but glad to have a copy of it. And this DVD is a very good version to get. That's the Australia-New Zealand release of I Spit on Your Grave. It's got a few extras exclusive to the disc, and the best PAL version you can get. It is uncut. And has extras on there that are not on the US disc, but it does have the special features that were on it on the US disc, so yeah, definitely check that out. If you don't have a copy of that in PAL, get that version.
Oh, now we're getting the proper reaction.
Another early release was Bloodsucking Freaks, another uncut print, very notorious release. I've got one here in an original clamshell, which I found at Cash Converters, and for $8. I don't know if you can make that out. It says $8 there. Well, I suppose it was pretty disgusting at the time. There's Sardu. There's a man drinking some brains. Very delicious. Well, it's not terribly difficult to find copies of this. That's the one in the original box, and I've got a couple of generic boxes as well. And this one says Betamax, but it's not a Betamax, it's VHS.
America the Beautiful has become America the Violent.
You're the mother.
Know the truth and survive the killing of America.
And another early release of theirs, The Killing of America. Easy to get this one on DVD, but finding the old Palace Explosive is a little tricky these days. Not impossible. It does go on eBay every now and then.
In the house on Sorority Row.
The House on Sorority Row. I particularly like the cover for this one. I think that's better than the North American release, and I know that sounds very patriotic, but take a look, it's pretty cool. Only rated M, which is like a PG-13. It's not easy to find the old Palace Explosive video anymore.
Cut it out! Stop wasting your damn bullets, you jerks! You need to hit their heads! I told you! See, like this! Get away! Beat it! Clear out!
Night of the Zombies. Another uncut print. Now, pardon my French here, but there was this fucking fuckhead on eBay recently who tried to pass this off for $80 as a starting bid. Mind you, it was an ex-rental in a generic box, bit like this one. cut down slick and everything for $80. I mean, fair market value is one thing, but trying to rip people off is quite another. And this is actually not a hard release to find anyway. I mean, look how many copies I've got here, you fucking prick.
Does the devil exist? There's no doubt about it.
Was a sign of the devil, Uncle.
That's ridiculous.
Then why doesn't God make himself understood? The devil does, and clearly too.
Anchor Bay released a DVD of the Antichrist, and she's not very attractive, is she? What a shameless rip-off of The Exorcist this film was, but it's still a lot of fun. And in actual fact, I found this more entertaining than The Exorcist anyway, but that's just my opinion. Well, I've got a few copies of that one too.
Stephanie's really with that married man next door? I wouldn't blame her if she was.
Satan's Blade. Don't you just love the Aussie accent? Satan's Blade. This is not a very good film. I think the US release had the same cover, except for this shit, of course. Yeah, not a very good film at all. Oh, she's not very happy, is she? Love the cover they made there for The Beyond. This is a print that is not uncut. I think this is a British print cut by the BBFC. I don't know why they sourced a British print, but there is no way our censorship board would have cut it like the British did. No way at all. Cannibal Apocalypse. I haven't been able to find one that is not too faded, so that cover's a little bit faded, but the tape is fine, it's in good condition.
Adolescent, you look so young, you look like
Let's go western to get yourself a nice little spot, fuckface!
They wanna keep you, oh so ready. I see you running with the gun in your hand. Your dreams of becoming a man. You smoke a party and you went to LA. And now you're hanging at the Carnival day.
What's so precious about your pussy, he says.
Shut up, you bitch! Shut up, you slut! Shut up!
Who you calling a bitch and a slut, you fucking whore, you scuzzy bitch!
Scarred is the last one that you're going to see today. This is a very rare release of Palace Explosive, very hard to find. Bit of a rip-off of Angel, I suppose you could say. The acting is terrible, the dialogue is even worse, but it's a lot of fun. Stay tuned for part 2, coming to you in a few days' time. And just finally, I wanted to point out, someone asked me, why do I add boring logos to the channel? Well, if you don't like them, don't watch them. But there are people who actually do like watching the logos, so sorry if that bothers you, but just don't watch them. Thanks for watching.